Hello, I'm Bettina Cornwell. This is Sponsorship and Marketing, and we'll be talking about target audiences. So some of the target audiences for sponsorship are listed here, and we have to think sponsorship is this relationship between a brand and a sport art event in the community, and usually they're utilizing that for a communications platform. So who do they want to communicate with in this platform? So we'll start with consumers because that's so very familiar and straightforward, right? So consumers, we're usually looking for awareness or maybe image. And these are near-term goals, and the ultimate goal would be to purchase or to try the product as an ultimate goal, maybe even loyalty as things go along. So channel members are not maybe as top of mind for people, but as channel members we would also like awareness. We might also have a sort of team building, an opportunity for people to get together. A good example here would be Chick-fil-A and their sponsorship with the Peach Bowl, where their franchisors are involved. And that builds that sort of team feeling with those internal channel members. Yeah? And what we want there is probably facilitation, right? Another unusual or less common discussion point would be an audience of government or community. And here we probably want reputation. The thinking being that there are opportunities, sometimes for a country, sometimes for a country's products, to build an international understanding of soft power, of associations, positive associations with a group instead of any hard power. So soft power might be, a good example might be Qatar and their sponsorship of world-class soccer, right? So the World Cup. And they want maybe cooperation, yeah, as an outcome. Yet another target for sponsorship is employees, and we could think of employees as our internal audience in terms of team building, in terms of esprit de corps. Another area is in employer branding. And here we're speaking to potential employees. An example would be Enterprise Rent-A-Car. They've done a lot of things with collegiate sports. They are interested in meeting up with people who might be their employees into the future. So those are human relations, HR kinds of outcomes. Remember, these are short-term. These are long-term. So, all good and well, many audiences, more than what is listed here. However, there's a point in discussion about target audiences that deserves more detail and more strategy. Let's see if I can get some circles going here. So, if we think about, for example, sponsoring sport, we have fans. And people think about the sponsors' target market. Yeah. So we also are interested in this overlap here. Yeah. And people will discuss the demographics of our fan base being very good for the sponsor and matching up to youth audience, or we have a lot of male viewers of our sport, whatever the case might be. And that's all well and good, but what we really want to talk about is actually the sponsors target audience. This is somewhat different. To say that we're trying to find the people we need to talk to, the fence sitters that haven't purchased our product, those who have another product but might change to ours in the moment. So let's think of the telecommunications industry for a moment. We all have our contracts, right? And they may be multi-year contracts. You may have purchased the phone within this contract. And so in this particular situation, let's say that half of the fans have the sponsor's product. They have a contract with this telecommunications carrier. Well, then that cuts down this audience potential, the people they want to talk to this group. All well and good. What if another batch of fans, another quarter, hey, have yet a different carrier, not the sponsor's carrier, but they also have a multi-year contract, which is really hard to break, and so they wouldn't really be an audience member either unless you had some way to get past that barrier to changing over. Let's think about another situation. Say this sponsor's products, well, none of the fan base here has used it before, or very few, and it's a situation where all of this is useful, yeah, to the sponsor. All of these people might be in their target audience, people with which they need to communicate in order to talk about their brand. All right, so a little bit of different thinking in target audiences in sponsorship link marketing. Thank you.